Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to episode number 67 in the book of John. Today's going to be about either he kills death, Jesus kills death, or we kill him. We're going to get to that through John chapter 8. We're in a sequential walk all the way through the book of John, and Jesus is going to continue to compare and contrast with the Jewish officials. And he's going to reinforce many of the teachings that he had from yesterday. And some of those words, hey, you don't even know my Father. You don't even know me. Not only just neutral, you don't know me, but you actually dishonor me. And the Father and the Son are unified. And this guy, Abraham, who you're claiming, loyalty particularly, he's not even your real father. Your real father is the father of lies, is Satan. And remember, he's this father of lies. He's a murderer. And consequently, you seek to kill me. It all kind of makes sense there. So there's also this relationship, a direct relationship between your affection for me and your affection for the Word. So this is from John chapter 8, verses 48. The Jews answer him, "Are we not right in saying that you are a Samaritan and have a demon?" Jesus answered, "I do not have a demon, but I honor my Father, and you dishonor me. Yet I do not seek my own glory. There is one who seeks it, and he is the judge. Truly, truly, I say to you, if anyone keeps my word, he will never see death." The Jews said to him, "Now we know you have a demon. Abraham died, as did the prophets, yet you say, if anyone keeps my word, he will never taste death. Are you greater than our father Abraham, who died? And the prophets died. Who do you make yourself out to be?" It's a great question. Who do you make yourself out to be? Who are you? Jesus answered, If I glorify myself, my glory is nothing. It is my Father who glorifies me, of whom you say he is our God. But you have not known him. I know him." This is Jesus talking here. "If I were to say that I do not know him, I would be a liar like you, but I do know him, and I keep his word. Your father Abraham rejoiced that he would see my day. He saw it and was glad." So the Jews said to him, "You are not yet 50 years old, and you have seen Abraham?" Jesus answered them, "Truly, truly, I say to you, before Abraham was, I am." And he uses that specific name of God, I am. So they picked up stones to throw at him. But Jesus hid himself and went out of the temple. So people ask, and they answer in this little passage here, a fine question. Who do you make yourself out to be? First, they accuse him of being a demon and a Samaritan, and notice how that is an insult. We just got through a couple of weeks ago the Samaritan woman in John chapter 4. Beautiful story about why Samaritan was so looked down upon. And then he says, I know my Father, I honor my Father. He says that judgment is coming and it's going to be accurate. He says that I am greater than the prophets, and all these prophets, they point to me. And yes, I am greater than Abraham. In fact, and this is where it gets really dicey in this passage. In fact, I was there before Abraham. Before he was created, I was the Lord. I am. I created Abraham. So this is a direct claim of divinity, of preexistence, and he uses this unique name that God gave for himself, the I am. And by their view, it was blasphemous. And then they rightly tried to, so if someone claims to God and they're not God, they're supposed to stone him. So they were ready with a rock in their hand to kill Jesus. So don't let a biblically ignorant person ever say Jesus never claimed to be God. He's done it before in the book, even in just the book of John, and he does it here. And how do we know that? Well, because they respond appropriately, which is to pick up a rock and try to kill him. All right, I want to turn our attention as we close to a particular claim and a particular response. In verse 51, 851, he says, "Truly I say to you, if anyone keeps my word, he will never see death." And then the people quote him from what he has previously said, and they said, "If anyone keeps my word, he will never taste death. So not seeing death and not tasting death. And Jesus has to declare his divinity here because men can never help with this particular task, which is, can you help my death problem? So it's a question that can only be answered with reference to Jesus. Jesus says, why, yes, I can help with this problem. With me, with my word. And remember, there's no daylight between Jesus and his word. With my word and with me, you will never see death. You will never taste death. So for the person racked with cancer, if they are wrapped with Jesus, they will never taste death. For the thief on the cross, as he turns to Jesus at the 11th hour, he will never taste death. For the sinner on their knees before the cross in their heart, they will never taste death. Now, granted, people around them are going to see death. They'll taste death. They're going to be calling 911 and maybe pound on your chest for a while. But for the believer, he never sees death. He never dies. So Jesus makes the claim that his true followers will never see death and never taste death. So either he has the strength for this, or we must stone him. Either he can redeem his own from death, or we must throw rocks at him. Either we sing hallelujah that one has come to help with the death problem, or we must hurl stones at him. So either he kills death or we kill him. What's it going to be for you? Thanks for listening.